Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning. We will get started in just a second. Alrighty. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Shelly. What up? If you could let me know in the chat where you're currently at with your handstands, then I can cater the class to you. Alrighty. Yeah, so let me know. Are you working on kicking up to the wall? Are you working on cartwheeling out, trying to find the balance? Have you never been upside down? Finding the form so I can get the balance point. Cool. Pretty comfy going in, trying to stay in for longer than 5 seconds, wanting to be able to. Oh, okay. So Caitlin, you want to do bendy, contorty handstands. Fun times. Jamie's working on freestanding handstand, getting the shoulders more open, aren't we all? Sarah, you're working on kicking up to the wall. Brenna, we're trying to balance. Maddie, very beginner. Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and warm up. And we will go from there. So just a reminder, this is an intro to handstand class. So we're gonna work on a lot of just like getting confident upside down. We'll work on some mobility stuff, some strengthening stuff, some alignment, and then we'll work on trying to take that handstand away from the wall by learning how to cartwheel out. Okay, keeping the shoulders down. We're gonna do some head circles here. And squirming up our neck. Shoulder circles backwards, really opening up in your chest. You can start to incorporate like moving your full body, doing some nice body waves, getting your thoracic spine moving. Okay. You're going to keep your shoulders down, bring one arm across. If at any point you guys have questions, you can just take yourselves off mute rather than typing it in the chat. It's just a little bit faster. Okay, and switch to the other side. And one arm up and over. And again, you're gonna pull those ribs in, lifting your head up, getting a nice stretch through your tricep, through your lat. And switch to the other arm. Keep pulling those ribs in. Lifting your chin up, squeezing your butt, tucking those hips under. All right, now we're gonna do some cactus arms, trying to send your hands to the back. hug and clap, still warming up those shoulders. You're gonna alternate which arm is on top. Space in the ceiling, and you're gonna twist and turn to the back. Standing straddle, you're gonna send your hips backwards, keeping those legs nice and straight, trying to hinge forward and stand back up. So nice flat back the whole time, hinge forward and stand up. And then we're just gonna stay down here, keep sending the hips to the back, dropping down, really trying to reach those elbows down to the floor. You can kind of relax your head. I like to do like little pulses here to try to flatten out in my low back even more. So when we start to work on like press handstands and like tuck handstands and stuff like that, we talk a lot about compression. So trying to get this bottom rib as low as you can on your thigh. This is compression. So it's not like this rounding. You see the difference where my spine is rounded and I'm trying to pull my head to my legs. Instead, I'm trying to flatten out. And this is like as compressed as you can possibly go. Okay. All right. We're going to stretch our calves. Sink a heel down, alternating feet. And in this down dog position. Pushing that back leg nice and straight, trying to sink your heel down. Go ahead and push the shoulders away and then stretch open in your shoulders, trying to really stretch your chest to your legs. And again, I'm working on that compression here, trying to send the bottom rib as low as I can down on my thighs. And then we're gonna hinge forward into that push-up position. You're actually gonna lean forward past your fingers, getting those wrists warmed up. You'll probably feel it's pretty intense on your shoulders here. And pushing away, and then open again into that down dog. Again. Do 2 more. Push away. So notice if you sink in the shoulders here and then try to push open, you kind of get stuck. But if you push away, then you get all this space, and that will allow you to push your chest a lot further. And last one, leaning forward, squeeze your butt, and push open. Okay. Sitting on your heels for a second, we're going to warm up our wrists. Let's do a little figure 8 motion here. And then on your hands and knees, lifting your palms off the floor. And just warming up our forearms, stretching our fingers. Do some circles here. And we'll get our wrists nice and warm. And other way. I think you guys are all on a hard floor, which is great. You definitely want to make sure you're on a hard floor when training handstands. Because if the floor is soft, then it hurts your wrists. I know that it seems like, oh, it's softer, it's safer. It's actually going to hurt your wrists more. So we want to be on a nice hard surface. Okay, you can bend an arm here. So my fingers are pointing back towards my knees. And then palms are going to face the ceiling. You're going to kind of turn your hands in. And then a gentle rock from side to side. If at any point your wrists do start to hurt, switch to forearms for a little bit. to give your wrists a little bit of a break. Okay. Now we're gonna do a cat stretch. So you're gonna slide forward, try to send your chest down to the floor. Again, sliding your arms away to give yourself more space there for your shoulder. You're stretching your chest down to the floor. And then again, you see this compression that I have here. I'm not rounded, I'm flattening out. And look at how low that bottom rib is on my thigh. Lifting my head up and trying to place my chin on the floor as I stretch my chest down to the floor. I'm going to bend one arm and kind of roll to the side, and now I'm going to round and really try to isolate my lat, my left lat here. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. Same thing, roll, pull those ribs in. I'm just going to do a quick lunge here. I've got my left leg in front, just sinking my hips down, sitting up nice and straight. I'm trying to lengthen through the back leg, really like almost thinking of sliding my back knee on the floor. And then I'm going to send my hips to the back, straighten my front leg. I'm going to try to bend forward again. I'm not rounding, I'm flattening out. It's going to try to lengthen through my hamstring as I pull forward. Switch to the other side. Same thing in that lunge, sitting up nice and straight, sinking the hips down. And send the hips back, straighten the front leg, flat back, bending forward. All right. We're going to start with a headstand. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but I do want to get you guys upside down, and we can be working on that flat back. If you need to like fold your yoga mat up a couple times so that it doesn't hurt your head, go ahead and do that. Actually, we're going to do this top drill real quick first. So I want you guys to squat down, flat back, and I want you to pick up your chest. So what you're doing here is you're making that bottom rib touch the top of your thigh, but I don't want your nips to touch your knees. Okay, so your chest is going to be up. You go ahead and bring your arms up. So this is your tuck position. Notice here, my heels aren't on the floor. I'm not trying to like intentionally send my weight back onto my heels. And I'm also not like forcing myself up onto my toes. My feet are flexed. So I'm here. Okay. Go ahead and put your hands down on the floor. You're going to kind of tip forward, keeping the chest up, and you're going to start to straighten the legs, keeping the weight over the hands, not letting your nips touch your knees. Okay, flat back. And squat down again and extend. So do you see here how my arms are pretty much staying straight up and down? I'm like keeping the weight over my hands. Squat back down and stand up. Let me see a few of those. So really focusing on not letting your nips touch your knees, okay? So flattening out in your spine here. This is how we're going to jump to handstand. This is how we're going to actually kick up to handstand. And you're trying to keep the weight forward over your hands the whole time. So hands are flat. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Great. Let's go ahead and do our headstand. So my arms are going to be in like a triangle shape. My fingers are going to be towards the door. Elbows are going to be on the floor. My shoulders, my elbows are shoulder width apart. My head, the top of my head is going to be on the floor right behind my hands. Okay, so I want to be really, really tall in my spine and on the top of my head. If you're on the forehead, then you're gonna be arching like this in your neck. If you're on the back of your head, you're gonna be like that. Your spine won't like either one of those positions. So nice and tall, you're gonna push down into your shoulders, which is gonna put more of the weight on the elbows rather than on your head. All right, so I'm gonna be here. Place the top of my head on the floor. I'm gonna drag down into my elbows, and then I'm gonna try to get my butt as high as I can. Now, if I'm rounding like this, I can't get my hips very high, but if I flatten out, again, if I'm trying to send that bottom rib as low as I can on my thighs, walking my feet in, I can kind of like tip myself over and get my hips behind my shoulders, and my feet will just float off. All right, so let's go ahead and try that. It's okay to keep your knees bent, flattening out in your spine, tipping your hips to the back. See if you can float both legs off at the same time. And if all this stuff is like super easy peasy for you and kind of boring, then it sounds like you probably should be in like a handstand shapes class. Flattening out in the spine, but we're working on foundations and stuff, and it's never a bad thing to work on that stuff. So, so Amy, you need to have your head further back towards your elbows, staying on the top of your head. Yep, so you can kind of round your head a little bit more. There you go. And now walk those feet in. Keep walking them in, walking them in, walking them in. Good. Trying to bring your chest almost to your legs. Good. This is great. Cindy, just a heads up, I can't really see you with your camera angle. Walking those feet in. Really trying to make sure you're on the top of your head, flat back, and you're just going to hold this tuck position. If this is easy, you can be focusing on like cleaning it up, right? So like flattening out in your spine, pointing your toes, thighs all the way down to the ribs. Cool.
Shelly, I can do it with my hands, but not with my forearms. Does that mean my head is not in the right spot?
Let me see. Okay, so that looks fine. Go ahead and show me the one with your elbows.
I really can't. What? My elbows come up.
Okay, so you're probably rolling too far onto the back of your head.
Okay.
So I want you to think about trying to send your chest that way. So if I'm like, I'm just going to show you with my hands like this for a second. If I'm rounding too much, I want to try to like almost think going more. How do I explain that sensation? Like chest that way.
I think my top line is this way.
That should help to put the weight more in the elbows.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So from there, we're here. If that was really easy, go ahead and try like a pike press up. If you want to keep doing your tuck, you can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reach for the wall behind. You're going to come up like this. And then just go ahead and come back down because I'm going to show you the next step in a second. Go back down to your tuck, send those hips to the back. You can go to like a pike, come down. All right. Making that super nice and clean. Cool, Samantha. So see if you can go on your just your elbows. Cool, Brenna. Yes, Jamie. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, cool, Cindy. And you can also work on like a straddle press too. So head is on the floor. Walking those feet in. Good, Amy. Yeah. That's it. Great. Cool. Okay. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to work on pressing up into a forearm stand. Okay. So I want everybody to try this for just a second. You're gonna be on your elbows, and the movement is you're gonna press your chest out into the room. So in order to create that movement, you're gonna like almost think of sliding your hands towards the door, okay? Or sorry, towards the wall, like pushing this way, okay? So go ahead and put some weight on your elbows, and then push out this direction. You're here, push away. Try that once or twice. I don't need to watch it. You got it. Okay. Headstand, pushing down into the elbows. Get up however you want. If you want to straddle press, you can. Here, okay? Find the wall behind you, which means you have to arch a little bit. Push the hips out into the middle of the room. You're going to keep your butt squeezed. You're going to drive down into your elbows. You're going to push your chest out into the room and try to slide your hands towards the wall. Now my head is off the floor. From here, you're going to bend the legs, and I want you to try to send the lower back behind you, so you can bring a knee down. Bring just one knee down, split, try to control your way down, so just one foot touches the floor, and come down. Right? On the elbows.
I'm having trouble getting my legs up once I'm in the forearm position. I'm also more used to doing headstands, I think, on my palms.
Okay, yeah, let me see where we're at. Brenna, remember to send those hips back behind you. Okay, so you're kind of on your forehead. There we go, that's better. Good. Yep, hips just keep going towards the back. Yep, you got it. Yep, a little bit more hips to the back. So to me, it looks more of just like a little bit of like a fear thing. Get a little bit closer to the wall. This looks good. Walking those feet in and in. See if you can walk your feet any closer in. And you can have your legs bent a little bit or apart if you want. Smith, I want to see you press up. Okay, and then bend one leg, bring your knee down towards your chest. Slow that part down. Yep, give it a little jump here, Maddie, just to get yourself upside down for a second. I think it's just fear. You just don't quite trust yourself going back enough.
Yeah, I'm sure that could be part of it. I'm feeling like a lot of pressure. Like I feel like my head's not aligned right. A lot of pressure in the back of my neck. I'm not sure. I'll keep playing with
So
it.
I think maybe also you're trying to place your head like too far towards your elbows. Have it a little bit closer towards your hands. Okay. Cool. So you guys are doing really nice here. Something that I want to focus on, because this is the same thing we're actually going to do when we kick up to our handstand, is working on sending the lower back behind you in order to get that thigh all the way down to the rib. So and this is also going to help you to get into a forearm stand like nice and controlled and clean every single time. So we did our headstand, we pressed up, we came to here, we drove away. This is all looking really nice. So from here, if you droop down, when you bring this knee down, you're going to fall away from the wall. Okay. So what I need to see is you continually pushing your chest out and towards the room. And what I want you guys to try is if you keep your butt squeezed, can you send your butt towards the wall? Not arching like this, but you have to keep your butt squeezed, tuck your hips under. Send the lower back or like your butt towards the wall. Then try to bring a knee down. You see how now I can bring my thigh all the way down to my rib? I'm gonna try to straighten it out. If your hamstring is tight, you can just kind of keep it here. And then you have to squeeze this back butt cheek, the leg that's on the wall, squeeze that butt cheek to try to keep your split as long as possible here. So then when I kick up into my forearm stand, if I go to that same position, I can pretty much just press right on up. You see how clean and controlled that is? So try that forearm stand again. See if you can like squeeze your butt and like send your hips behind you. Because understanding that sensation is going to be the same thing that we do in our handstands. So the knee comes down, send the low back behind you even more, Samantha. Yes, even more, so that you can get the knee all the way down. Yes, yes, cool. And then you can extend that leg and see if you can slow it down. Uh-huh. Hey, Maddie, good. Yep. Good, Caitlin. Yep, Jamie, keep sending the lower back behind you a little bit more so you can get that leg even lower. That's it, good job. And then control your way down. Yep, right there. And then see almost like if you can get back up that same way. Yes, good job, Jamie. Amy, what's going on?
Sorry, my toddler is running around and she's just like yelling, running, and just having a blast. So
Okay, I gotcha. Yes, Stephanie. Keep bringing that leg down. Yep, slow. We're really trying to like slow that descent down as much as you guys possibly can. Oh gosh, Amy. Cool. All right, you guys. So this was looking really nice. And slowing it down. All right. We're now going to totally switch gears and we're going to work on cartwheeling out of our handstands. So first things first, you got to figure out which leg is your dominant leg. I am left leg dominant in that I like to do my left leg split more than I like to do my right leg split. Okay, so you guys need to figure out which leg is your preferred leg. So what I want to see first, let's do that same flat back, thighs touching the ribs position. You're going to tip forward, hands are going to be on the floor. Don't let the nips touch the knees, flat back. And then you're going to extend one leg behind you, squeeze your butt, pick up that back leg. Okay. So I'm almost trying to stay in like a horizontal position. I'm not here in this crazy split position. My bottom leg isn't straight. I'm not rounded like this. Knees are bent, flat back, extend one leg behind you, squeeze your butt here. So show me this position. Okay, try on both legs because we'll actually be landing in that same position on the opposite leg. So bend the knees, flat back, extend the back leg behind you, squeeze that back butt cheek to pick up the back leg. Bend the bottom leg, arms are straight. Yes, Jamie, yes, Samantha. Good, Amy. Bend the bottom leg, squeeze the butt, pick up the back leg. Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Try on both legs. Yes, Maddie. Good. Great. Try on both legs because the other leg is the one that you're going to be landing on. Eyes are going to be looking in between your hands here. Good. Okay. Easy enough. The cartwheel out. I'm going to show you from the back first. So you're going to start with the wall to the side of you. I am left leg dominant. So I'm going to start with my right hand on the wall. All right, if you are left leg dominant. If you are right leg dominant, you're going to start with the left hand on the wall. Right leg in front. Okay, left leg is in front. Right hand is on the door. Hands are going to be pointing away from the wall. I'm going to place my hands on the floor, not in line with my foot, but a little bit further out in front. Okay. You would be passing through this position, that same beginning position that we were just talking about. I'm just going to kick the wall. So I'm going to have the leg bent for a second. Okay, I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna step up onto the wall. 1 foot, 2 foot, I'm gonna keep going in that same direction. I'm gonna bring the leg down and then I'm gonna pass through the same position. Bend the bottom leg, I'm gonna bring my chest up as my back leg goes down. All right, I'll show you in the other direction. Right leg steps forward, bend the front knee, hands come away. Passing through this, it's a warrior 3 position. I'm gonna step up, 1, 2, and come down, 3, passing through the warrior 3 to stand up. All right, let me see it. You're gonna be standing on the dominant leg. Okay, Stephanie, get that front knee lower. Hands point away, Jamie. Yes. Yep, away from the wall. Good. And pass through that warrior 3 to stand up. Cool. If this is already pretty darn comfortable for you and you've been working with me for a little while, go ahead and work on your half tuck, stomach to the wall. Try to stay cartwheel out. Yeah. For those of you that this is still relatively new. So, Caitlin, hold on. You need to start with the wall to your left-hand side. Yes. Okay, cool. And then when you put your hands down, your fingers are pointing away from the wall. And they need to be further away than your foot. Further away. Yeah. Hold on. You're making your life harder than it needs to be. Hold on just a second. So if you look at it from the side here. Oops. So the wall is on the side, you're stepping forward right now. You're putting your hands way too close to the wall. You need to be further away from the wall. Okay, step up, step down, stand up. And standing up, good. Front knee keeps coming down, Brenna, good. Yes. Great, great. Awesome. Good, Maddie. Yeah. So when you bring the left leg down, see if you can get it a little bit closer to your body so it's easier for you to stand up at the end. So Stephanie, I want you to glue that front knee down no matter what. Thighs touching the rib and don't let it come off. Good, Jamie. Yes, Samantha, very nice. Yep, good. Cool. Nice and clean, Samantha. Good job. Only other thing, Samantha, is try to pull your chin through a little bit more. Your head's kind of sticking out, so change your gaze so it's back further. Cool. This is looking really nice. Let's keep going. It's the same thing, but now you're gonna try to get a little bit more weight over your shoulders. So if I'm here, I stepped up 1, 2, so you see how my hips are kind of leaning towards the wall. What I want to do is send my hips behind my shoulders. So I'm bringing my chest towards the wall, and then I'm going to start to send my butt backwards. Then I'm going to take a leg off. Instead of landing off to the side, what you're going to do now is reach this back leg behind you. I have to pivot, bring the leg down. I'm still going to pass through that warrior 3 to stand up. Okay? The pivot with the legs confuses people a little bit, so you can practice it with your arms, which is going to be if you're facing towards the wall, this is you in your handstand, you're reaching one leg behind. What you have to do is pivot in order to be able to bring this leg down to the floor. So you can try it with just your arms. Here, pivot, and then come down. That's the same movement that your legs have to do. Right, I'm here, this leg is back, and I'm like, ugh, I'm stuck, I can't go anymore. I have to pivot, open up, and then I can come down. All right, let's go ahead and try it. Yep, knee all the way down. Good, resist, resist, resist stronger. Yep, send the hips behind you. Reach that back leg. Good, Jamie, try to get that knee lower, lower, lower. Yep, good, good. Chest towards the wall. Good, chest towards the wall. Fight, 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 fight. Yes, cool, cool, good. Yep. Good, Maddie. Yep, pivot. Yes, yes, cool, awesome. So Maddie, I haven't taught you the half tuck position just yet. So I see you probably are looking at other people on the screen. You're like, wait, hold on, their leg is bent. For right now, do like 1 or 2 more, just keeping that leg up high.
I think I was just doing that out of fear,
Oh, okay.
not on purpose.
Shelly, I cannot figure out how to pivot when I'm upside down. Like
Yeah,
I know what I'm supposed to do, but my body's just won't do it.
it's a thing. It's a thing. Let's see. Which leg is your dominant leg?
I think my right.
Okay, which means you're gonna cartwheel out to the left. Got it. So
I've been doing it on both sides just now, though.
okay, so ideally I want you to stick with just one side. For
Okay.
the most part, we're gonna kick up on just one side, but more importantly, when you start to fall towards the back, I don't want you to be like in the middle of falling and then your brain is like, oh, which way do I go? And then you like panic and then you fall over on your back, right? So I want to
Okay.
consistent direction every single time. So let's stick with the right leg forward and then cartwheeling out to the left. So what I want you to try, you can start with your hands on the floor and your like butt is towards the wall. You're gonna pick up your left leg, bring it up and over. So now you're kind of straddling your hands. And then you're gonna put all of your weight on the left leg, pick up the right leg up and over and stand up. It's super awkward and uncomfortable and weird, but it helps you to understand that like fan kick motion. I'll show you one more time. Standing on the right leg, you're gonna pick up the left, bring it up and over. So you're straddling your hands. All the weight is on the left leg, pick the right leg up and over and stand up.
Okay.
Let me see what you got. One. And it's super awkward. Try not to move your hands. Yep. And stand up. Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
That's the movement. Cool, Amy. That's it. Good, Maddie. Yeah, cool. So this is great. And again, it's going to feel kind of awkward until you guys start to really commit to letting it go backwards. Yeah. Let's do Samantha, Brenna, Jamie, Stephanie. No, we're gonna do everybody. Everybody. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna work on our kicking up back to the wall. So I want you to be super strict with this thigh touching the rib, okay? Because I've definitely noticed a really big correlation with learning how to balance with your hands and your shoulders if you're really strict about this from the very beginning. Otherwise, you tend to balance with the legs and then it's really hard to correct that. So we're gonna start with that same warrior 3 position. Flat back, hands are on the floor, you're gonna lean forward over your hands. So when I say lean forward over your hands, I don't mean just like lean your shoulders as much as possible. I need you to bring everything. You wanna bring your like center of gravity over your hands. So you're gonna be here, you're gonna lean forward, maybe come up onto your toe. You see how my hips are starting to come over my hands? I'm gonna push with the bottom leg, keep that front leg touching the rib the whole time. Keep it touching the rib the whole time. If you want to do half tuck, you can. Or sorry, yeah. Why did that sound weird to me all of a sudden? Yes, half tuck. Just keep this connection no matter what. All right? You're gonna keep trying to kick up to the wall. If you keep going, push up tall, touch the foot to the wall. What I don't want to see is this. Do you see how I'm hinging in my low back and my chest is pointing towards the floor? That's going to teach you how to start to balance with the legs. It's going to be really hard to find that like straight handstand position later. Leaning forward over your hands from the very beginning. Get that bottom foot in closer to you, Samantha. And then lean forward over your hands. So keep the weight over the hands the whole time. That's better. Yep. So you see how that front leg came off the rib. Keep your eyes down on the floor, Brenna. Okay, so Samantha, I want to point something out to you, and Jamie, you as well. Now, again, if you're normally able to get up to the wall and now suddenly you can't get up to the wall, that's okay. All right, we're changing the technique here, and so it might for a little while feel like it's going backwards, but it's going to teach you good habits for the rest of your life. So, Samantha, what I was seeing with you is you're going here and back and here and back. I want you to keep the weight over the hands. You see the difference? Okay. Who was it? Jamie. You want to stay in a straight line from the shoulder to this back leg, and that includes like your head. So when you are kicking up, you see how my head is sticking out because my shoulders are still forward. As I come upside down, my head starts to come through. What I'm seeing with you is you're all the way up in your handstand, but your head is still out here, which means you're arching in your back. So try to keep pulling your chest through to this front leg.
With the beginning position before you kick up, so if I feel like I don't have the flexibility to be a complete line the entire time, like in terms of my legs coming up, should I be prioritizing the straightness of my back, or is it more so like aligning your entire body, even if it like curls a little bit?
I want you to try to focus on straightening out in your spine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, your line is perfectly fine. It's great. And the chest comes through already, Samantha. That front leg should be lower. You can do your half tuck. That's totally fine. Keep your eyes on the floor. Okay. Cool. Fine, Amy. Good. This is great. This is exactly what I want. Keep that front knee all the way down, Maddie. Better, Samantha. And pull the chest open here. A little bit taller there. Keep the front knee down, all the way, all the way. It's better. Start with the leaning over the hands more, Cindy. And you're rounding already. Get the thigh touching the ribs. So bring the foot in closer. You're fine. Look at me. Look at me. Stop. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You're at some point someone told you to round and be really, really tall like this at the beginning. And so that's what you're doing. Do you see how much space is now between my thigh and my rib? This is like, you're working way harder than you need to. Flatten it, think of like a push-up position. Here, when you get upside down, that's when you can push up in the shoulders and open up. But you don't need to do this. You don't ever do this in your handstand. This would not put you all the way upside down. Here's upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, so I see it all the time. Don't try not to stress too much.
I've got a lot of bad habits to undo, like a lot of years of bad habits, so bear
It's,
with me. Thank
it's
you.
all good. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay. Keep your eyes down on the floor, Amy, like between your hands. There you go. This is great. Yes. Cool. Okay. Amy, do you happen to have yoga blocks? Do you have 4? How many do you have? 2? Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you do something else. It's gonna be weird. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so I see this black chair in the background. You're gonna put that up against the wall. And if you care about the paint on your wall, then I suggest putting like a towel or jacket or something over the back of the chair. So this is for anybody who's having trouble getting upside down. And of course, I don't have a chair. I have this chair, which is too tall, but at least I can kind of still show you what I want. So you're gonna put it up against the wall. You're gonna turn your hands out and put your hands like right where the legs are. Now your chair is gonna hit you, it's gonna be lower and it's gonna hit you probably right around here. What I want you to do is drop your head down and you're gonna try to lean your shoulders or like your arm here against the seat of the chair. So you're gonna be here and then you're gonna try to kick up to find the wall. Okay? So it's just gonna kind of like support your arms a little bit. You need to, hold on. You need to get closer to the chair, Sarah. So turn your hands out and you want to put the leg of the chair like in between your thumb and your, yes. Drop your head down and then it's gonna kind of hit you right there. Yep. And then you guys are gonna try to kick up and you're gonna kind of lean on the chair a little bit. Yeah. That's it. Okay, Cindy, you don't need to do this. So get this out of here. Yeah, you don't need it. You need to push up taller, Samantha. You need to bring your chest more towards the leg. Brenda, you don't need to do this either. Get out of here. Stop that. Cool, Amy. Yep, there you go. There you go. Cool. Yeah. And it's more just there to just kind of like give you some confidence and like help you to understand like how to kick up and get all the way upside down. Cool, Maddie, this looks good. Yep, see if you can keep that front leg down even lower. Yes, knee all the way down. All right, we need to chat about this knee down. Stephanie, what's going on?
Can you just like give me a fit check, please?
No.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, let me see. Okay. It's good, Stephanie. It's super common and it's kind of just like this habit. You gotta, and Samantha, you're doing the same thing. Honestly, everybody does it a lot. So you have to kind of commit to going all the way upside down, which means your torso, it's like you're kind of comfortable here and maybe even once it starts to hit vertical, you're okay, but it's like you have to commit to it going actually like more inverted. So I'm gonna move a little bit further away. So it's super common and most of you guys are doing this where you're pushing you're getting up to about here. And then it's like, ooh, this feels scary, and so you arch in the low back to reach the wall the rest of the way. What I need to see is the chest continues to come under. Right, so the extension came from the shoulder and not from the low back. Yeah. So it's like, I kind of think maybe of like my chest chasing my leg.
When you say chest come under, do you mean the whole body is, like the whole lower body is moving, not just the hips, right? Is that what you mean by chest come under?
My torso is going to be pointing up towards the ceiling. So my shoulder is the pivot point, and everything else is staying in a straight line, right? And so I'm leaning forward. My chest right now is pointing towards the floor, right? I'm going to push here. So my chest is still pointing towards the floor because my legs aren't up yet. As I come more upside down, you see how now my chest is kind of pointing out and towards the room. And then I'm going to almost like think of bringing it like up towards the ceiling.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, Amy. So this is looking really, you're looking so much more confident here now, which is awesome. So what you can try now is once you get up there, see if you can pull the chest off of the chair or the shoulders off the chair. And so the gaze right now, Jamie, should be towards the backs of your hands or almost like behind your hands. Yeah. Good, good. This is really nice. Yes. So you can start with the shoulders on the chair, Amy. And then as you go up, or once your foot touches the wall, then you can pull the shoulders off.
I noticed that like when I'm too close to the chair, I have a lot harder time like getting up. So I'm like finding that sweet spot between like being too close to the chair and being farther away.
I hear you. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, so this is much better, Samantha. I still think you can get the front leg down more. But okay, so this is great. Now it's just like too aggressive, right? With that like opening up. So think of like trying to make it the same speed the whole time. Like maintaining tension or like pushing at the same speed rather than like that. Okay. Good, Caitlin. Yep, see if you can get that front leg down towards your chest. Yes, yes, bring it all the way down. Yeah, you can have the knee bent if you want to. But I want you to get the thigh to the rib. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. This is the perfect alignment. And Maddie, I'd say your hands are probably too close to the wall. Yep, there you go, Amy. And now can you pull the chest off? You don't need to swing the back leg, just push with the bottom and pull through. Slow it down, Samantha. Cool. All right. If you are feeling confident with your cartwheel out, we're going to do just a few handstands out in the middle of the room. If you're still like, whoa, I don't think I'm ready for the cartwheel out, you're going to do just half tuck, stomach facing the wall, and then cartwheel out. So I'll show you with the wall. If you're already confident, go ahead and go out to the middle of the room and start working on it. So instead of the cartwheeling up, we're just going to walk up the wall, okay? Walk up the wall. I'm going to reach my non-dominant leg behind me, and then the leg that's on the wall, that's my like good split leg. I'm going to bring my knee down to the floor. So you see how right now I cannot get my knee down to my chest, like it won't go. That's because my chest is still pointing towards the floor. I'm gonna push up tall in the shoulders, bring my chest towards the wall, and then this is the key, sending my low back behind me. And that's how I get my knee down. See, and now I'm in this perfect alignment. I'm gonna let the entire thing tip towards the back, which feels real scary. And then I'm gonna cartwheel out. All right? First things first, get that knee all the way down to the rib. Keep your eyes down on the floor. Knee all the way down. Keep sliding it down on the wall. Cool, Samantha. Try to keep the weight shifted forward a little bit more. Yep, good. Too aggressive. You're too strong for your own good. Eyes stay down. Front leg stays down. Good, Jamie. Back leg is raised. Yep.
Shelly, this might be a silly question, but so if I'm right leg dominant, when I'm upside down, is my right leg the one that's still touching the wall, or is my left leg the one that's still
The
touching?
the right leg is touching the wall.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Yeah, so for those of you who are like able to do their handstands out in the middle of the room, even if you can't hold it, you're ready for the shapes classes. Okay, the handstand shapes classes. The intro to handstand classes are primarily to learn how to get upside down, to kick up, to learn how to cartwheel out. Yeah, so Brenna, Stephanie, Jamie, Samantha, Cindy, you guys are all ready for the higher level classes, just to keep that in mind.
Really, even though like I can't hold it.
Yeah. So I mean, like in the shapes classes, we work on a lot of like fighting for the balance, but you also get to like start to play around with shapes at the same time. It's like, yeah, the intro to handstands is really just to start to get confident getting upside down. Cool. Eyes on the floor, Amy. Bringing that chest to the wall. Good. Yes. It's looking great. Yeah, I mean, you're already making tons of progress. Last one here. Slide that knee down to the wall. Cindy, keep your eyes down on the floor, right towards the backs of your hands. Good. Keep sliding the knee down as low as you can. Yep. Here. Great. Yeah, fight. Good. Very nice. Yeah, cool, Jamie. Yep. Good, Stephanie. Cool, Samantha, just glue that front leg down. So Maddie, all of this looks great. The only other thing I would say is the foot that's on the wall. So you're cartwheeling away. The foot that's on the wall is kind of like crumbling in when you cartwheel out. Just make sure you bring it up and over when you cartwheel out. Cool? Awesome. All right, you guys, all done for today. Great job. And I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks,
everybody.
Shelly. Bye.